What is the crack, ladies and gentlemen? It's Gibboeire. We're here with another episode of The Long Dark. Hey, I'll do it. Okay. Last time, we got attacked by a wolf, did we not? We've made our way up into here, into the garage, and we have sorted the vast majority of the goods that we have since found in here. And you know what? I think I might actually leave this. No, I won't. I was thinking about leaving my bedroll here because there's a bed here, but that's fucking stupid. We will end up shuttling this somewhere else at some stage and we'll drop it off. I haven't actually searched through this building, and I'm not going to. Our guy is Oh, no way. That's neat. Our guy is hungry, but we left a lot of meat back at the other place. And even though we have meat here, I would prefer to use that meat first, because that's the meat that's likely to go off first. So it makes sense to head back there now, and we'll start shuttling some goods this way. Look at all these fucking there's so much stuff here. We're going to start shuttling some goods in this direction in the interest of stretching out our lifespan here just a wee bit longer. The dream for going there. So just quickly, just before we head off here now, I just want to have a quick gander at what we've got on us. You see, we actually have a gun on us here, so... But I kind of want a gun with me on my way to and fro from here, just on the off chance we come across something like a bear. Okay. And I can see all of this shit here, but I'm just not going to touch it because there's no immediate need to it. Like, we have so much shit already stashed away, and touching any of that stuff is just going to cause it to start to decay, albeit really slowly. I think that's a bear. Right, well, if he's not bottling it, that means there... Oh. If he's not bottling it, that means there's no bear here. I could have swore I heard, like, multiple footfall. Oh, did I hear a bark? I think I heard a bark. No? Okay, let's just try and work out what animals are in the vicinity here. He hasn't seen us, so yeah, let's not get drawn into an encounter here unnecessarily. I need to check all these houses down here as well. Don't get a sprain. Okay, I can live with FPS loss, but just no sprain or Reno. Thanking you. I am currently uploading the latest WoW episode as we speak. I managed to finish it, which means I got to delete all that shit off my hard drive, which is, wow, what is the deal here? Game thing? Which means I got to delete all of that shit off my hard drive, which was fucking awesome. I'm delighted with that. So I decided to do this in the meantime, because I wanted something to fucking do. Fortuitously, this doesn't involve me playing online, which means I can do this while I'm uploading. Feels good, man. Also was in the mood to play this too. Let's make our way this way. Okay, so the plan anyway when we get up here, again, we just want to get stuck into some of that meat that we've left there, because we just don't want that to go to waste. So when we get there, we're going to start a fire. We'll get it cooking. And we'll go from there. So hopefully there's no bears or anything like that in the way. And we still have lots of shit back up here to explore, so I'm kind of looking. That just looks like the perimeter of the map. Oh, I wonder what's down. Yeah, oh, see, there's gaffs down there too. Like, there's still so much shit that we can explore. Actually, I think this is where we came from. Never mind. No, it's not. That's where we came from. Yeah, there's houses down there that we need to have a look at too. Neat. I should probably pay attention to where I'm going here so I don't get attacked. Okay. Let's have a look and a gander. Doesn't seem to be any animals out on the go now today. I don't want to jinx myself here, but it looks like we're getting a pretty much straight shot the whole way back, which is quite pleasant because we are down to like 700 calories. And our guy isn't fully rested, but he's not knackered either. And the weather is quite good at the moment. We'll actually probably try and start a fire with a magnifying glass today in the interest of trying to preserve some of our matches. Because the weather seems to be conducive to it at the moment. Damn, that looks good. It is quite miserable here in Ireland at the moment. The weather has taken a turn for the worst, as it is wont to do. Typical. You get a day or two of absolutely spectacular sunshine and then a year of rain. I don't know. I think it's just because it rains so much that we just tend to notice when it's sunny more so. And then you just bitch and whine about it for the rest of the year. Okay. I think we just want to keep aiming this direction. Ah, yeah, there it is. Mind our footing here now. We don't want to be getting a fucking... I don't think we're going to get any sprains, actually, because we're not actually overburdened. Ah, yes, bastards. Of course. Right, well, we're going to have to try and scooch around these fuckers now. All 4 of them. There's the wolf pack. They're kind of aiming this way. And... give me all of them. Hey, there's our firewood picked. Fuck, there's a wolf here too. Oh, snap. Right. New plan. We're going to head out this direction, and then we'll head around the island, and then follow the curve. Oh, we'll follow the curve of the island around, and then that should get us out of harm's way. I'm going to actually aim out a little bit this direction, and then sweep back around to the right. And again, I'm just trying to avoid an encounter with these fuckers if I can, because we have too much meat now at the moment, so we need to actually just start working our way through that, because we've killed a lot of wolves unnecessarily. So as a result of that, we've just built up a stockpile, and unfortunately with the non-preservable goods like meat and shit like that, the shit that you're going to harvest, that shit tends to go stale and rancid fairly fast, so you kind of need to stay on top of that where possible. Now, the worst possible scenario here, of course, would be that there's a bear on the island, which would prevent us from doing what we're doing now. There are 5 wolves in this area, at least. There's 5 that we've seen. Right in the fucking middle of everything, like. That's a tough deal. Motherfuckers. I think we're actually we're golden here now. We don't even need to go up onto the island. If needs be, we could, but I would prefer not to. And again, why didn't I just stay up there and just use the meat that we had there and use some of the goods that we'd found there? Because I don't need to. It's not an emergency. And that shit's gonna last for a while. Whereas the meat that we have back here, that isn't gonna last for a whole long time. Like, so we want to kind of start working our way through that where we can. And then we can make our way back over here, and then we can start working our way through the meat that we have over there. There's no need to fucking use up shit that you have unnecessarily. Like, you need to prioritize which shit is gonna go stale and rancid first, and which shit is more easily replaceable than other shit. And that's what it comes down to. It's a priority list of things that you need to use, maximizing the output from your resources while minimizing the wastage. And while you're never going to actually be able to completely eliminate the wastage, fucking hell, he'd be an easy kill, wouldn't he? But the fact that they're so close and shit like that, and we have so much meat, it's just unnecessary to kill it, so why bother? Boom, boom, boom. But that's it. It's all about minimizing wastage where possible and just maximizing the efficiency with which you use your goods. And that's what stretches your survival out. Once you get the knack of getting the fires going and shit like that to make the tools and all that sort of shit, like, I think your survival is pretty much indefinite then. So long as you have the capacity to continue repairing and making the tools. And even then, once you get your skill levels up to a certain point, the tools kind of become defunct anyway. You can kind of, like, we don't need a knife to strip flesh from an animal anymore. Like, we just need time. Like, it goes to show you, like, there is a kind of point in this game when suddenly everything that seemed massively difficult to start is now no longer an issue. Around the 500 calories there now. Well, we've actually successfully made our way around that pack of wolves there, so that was quite decent. It is getting windy, but at the same time, it's actually, it's still quite warm. I'll take my rifle out here. Just on the off chance that there's a bear, we might be able to nail him with a headshot. If we hit a bear, there's a deer, so we're going to be okay. If we hit a bear, like, that gives you, like, 40 fucking kilos of meat. And realistically speaking, we're never actually going to be able to eat all of that before it goes stale. That's what I discovered last time. Like, it was just such a fucking waste to kill it. Like, the only reason you would do so is to get the bear hides for the bedroll, but I've never actually made one, so I'm not too sure if there would be much point in making one, because, like, the amount of cloth that's in the game and stuff like that, there's never really a reason why you shouldn't have a bedroll, like, or a bed. I try not to use bedrolls where possible. That's why I used to try and stay in the dam for as long as I could, but realistically speaking, the dam is actually one of the worst places you can stay. Yes, there's a large amount of resources there, but unfortunately, the consequence of having access to all those... Oh, we actually didn't have as much meat here as I thought. Oh, that was a bit rip. Okay, right. Let's grab a couple of twigs. I actually think we've got more than enough twigs on us now. I guess I'd like to do a little bit of water, too. Sun is still out here, so let's try and,
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
You're getting kind of heavy with your attitude, friend. Let's try and use the magnifying glass, then. Why not? And actually see whether or not it uses up durability. This is my first time using a magnifying glass now to start a fire, may I add, so... In the game, anyway. Bum, 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 bum. Man, you whore. Come on to fuck. I'm in work tonight in how many hours? It's 4 o'clock now. I have to be in 8. So I have to leave at about 7. Yeah. I have about 3 hours before I have to fuck off, but I've got to shave and all that shit and get myself ready. Pretty myself up. Bum, bum, bum. And I'm in work tomorrow night as well.
Turned
So
out pretty well.
oh, no, that's meant to go out. No! No! Did it use up, Oh, yeah, so it doesn't use up any of that. Okay. Well, we just didn't add stuff on quick enough there, but what did that consume? A stick. So, it's not really the worst thing in the world. That was pretty bad, actually. I'm kind of bitter about that. Well, now we know that that actually is a thing, but meh, what can you do? But we also know that the magnifying glass is technically a permanent use, so we always have a source of ignition. I'm delighted with that. Now that, it simplifies matters. At the same time, though, it doesn't. It means that whenever the sun is out, you have to get a fire going. There's kind of a double edge to it there. We'll get an hour here first, and then we will, we'll cook the 2 steaks. That is a very cold fire by the looks of things. Jesus, only 8 degrees in output. Ah, damn. We'll cook up this bit of meat, which means now that it makes sense to use the meat elsewhere, as opposed to wasting it. I might just drink those herbal teas, because there's not really much of a point in me having them. And I'm also going to add a bit more on here. We're going to try and do... Oh, fire doesn't seem to want to last very long here, you know? Isn't that it's... Jesus, we're not going to get the 4 liters boiled here. Oh, we do have more meat! I fucking knew it! I knew the maths of that wasn't adding up in my head. I was definitely calling bullshit on it there. Well, the weather has changed dramatically here, by the way. Hang on.
Someone's gotta go.
Throw these in really fast, just to appease our dude here. Right, well, rip. Half an hour. Well, they're actually quite fresh. I can't believe I didn't see those. I knew I had more. I knew that there couldn't have just been 2. We need sticks. That's what we need. I want free wood. I don't want to have to fucking work for it. Like, doesn't really seem to be a whole lot lying around. Shit. Oh, hey, branches. Yeah. Oh, do it by hand. And then I'll fuck the 3Ds on. Keep it going. And then we'll do this one by hand. Waste another fucking 10 minutes. And then we can fuck these on. And that'll just keep it going for a second. And then we'll start pushing out this direction and see if we can't find any more just before we decide to call it a day and just cook whatever we can. I probably should just call it a day and cook whatever I can, but I would rather try and get a bit of use out of this fire. Also, bear in mind, we've got no visibility here, so This is a potentially dangerous maneuver. This doesn't seem to be an area where wood seems to be spawning. We probably need to get up into the old forest here. We're playing a risky game here, by the way. This is a very risky game. This probably isn't the best course of action, but yeah. We've still got a bit of sprint and stuff like that, so if anything goes wrong, I'll just leg it. Hope I don't get a sprain. If I find a limb, I might just hatchet it to save any messing. I'm having a listen here, by the way, in case you're wondering why I went quiet there. I want to make sure that I hear any bad things before they... That noise. Ah, well, bollocks. That'll take 45 minutes. Do you know what? I reckon it's quick enough. It'll be fine, 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 it'll be fine. Come on, to fuck. We make our way back here now. Hopefully we still have about 5-10 minutes still on the fire. Our guy is freezing now. We are actually starting to lose condition. So I reckon we've allowed it to go too far. So we're probably going to have to eat into some of our resources. No, the fire is still good. Look, it's still going there in the distance. If we're quick enough here now, we'll just about get these logs on and we can cook the rest of that gear. I'll top water off and stuff like that now in a second. But I'm just trying to preserve as much time on that fire as possible so I don't have to start another one. Hey, we're good here now. That's it. Nailed it. 25 minutes to spare. Add 2 logs onto that bad boy. Let's grab the rest of this meat. And you see, it's just all about taking a second to assess what's happening and not panicking and doing something silly. And that way we still manage to maximize our use of our resources here. It means that nothing's gone to waste, really. Other than a bit of hatchet there in the interest of saving some time. What can you do, though? Something that we want to start considering to do is start stockpiling wood at these locations, so that way we actually have a pile of wood ready to go, as opposed to trying to scavenge it every time we kind of come out. That would be a good way of progressing. I will actually cook one of the herbal teas now to get it warmed up, so that way our guy starts warming up from the inside, the core, to prevent hypothermia. Our guy is nice and warm now, though, so we weren't really freezing for too long, but I don't know, I guess I'm just trying to be prudent here with it. That's the hot one, so we'll throw that into us and we'll just get our guy warming up from the inside out. And then we'll start working our way through all this fantastic meat. And you see how we haven't actually really wasted any meat now? It's just efficient use of resources. Get our guy nice and hydrated again. And now let's see if we can't boil 4 liters with the time that's left. We should be able to. Which is neat, which means that I am able to leave another 2 liters of water here, ready to fucking go. All of this is, oh yeah, this is all potable. Yeah, no, that's all good. Right, let's stop acting the bollocks here now. Let's get inside. And you know, I'm going to take a brand so I can actually find the bed without messing here now as well. Wait, no. Take a brand. There we go. Okay. Oh, that blew out, like, almost instantly. Isn't that fucking spectacular? Thought we might get an extra second of it there, but okay, I guess not. Oh, he dropped it automatically there? Did he? Good. Saves me the hassle. Shelf, bed. I saw bed. Huh, bed. Okay, 8. 8 hours should bring us to the morning time. Hopefully out of this poxy weather. Now, if this weather was to continue for like a couple of days in a row or anything like that, that's when we would start eating into these non-perishable goods that we have next to us here. How are we doing? So we're going to sleep for another 2 hours just to get our guy up to full rest, and then we're going to sort out breakfast and a bit of H2O. Because that'll give us the daylight there as well. Weather has dramatically improved from by the sounds of things, so let's quickly have an old morning snack. And isn't that great? We managed to use up meat that we had here as opposed to meat that was up in the other place that we can now go back to. And this shit was likely to have gone off before the meat up there. So a no waste arena. Okay. What is contained in here? These are our tools. So we are actually going to leave those there. Our burned out flare. Can we put our, where's our brand? Let's fucking... This is the bin. There we go. Close enough. Totally unnecessary. Can I actually... Oh. Ever since I seen that basin there now, I'm like, can I click on all the little things and like see what's actually contained within them? Now let's have a gander and see what we're working with here. There's food and shit like that here, which I'm actually kind of inclined to leave here. There's a gun in here too. We've so many. We've actually got 2 guns here, so actually I probably should have left that gun back up there. But I also would like to bring one. I'm of 2 minds about how to proceed. Okay, let me think. Clothing. We are going to try and get all the clothing up to the other place is what we're actually going to try and do. We're going to try and aggregate all of our clothing resources in one spot. That's the plan for today. So no exploration. We're going to start doing a bit of metagaming here now. I say metagaming, but we're going to try and just concentrate and consolidate whatever resources we can in one spot, and then we're gonna harvest all of that for like cloth and shit like that when we get up there. Now that's all just food, and you know what? I actually am kind of happy just that we're gonna take the knives out here and any tools, and this is now going to become the food locker. Now we're heavily overburdened as well. That's fantastic. This is now going to become our food locker for this area. Transfer all that ammunition over. 2d4. Extremely overburdened. Our dude is going to be very unhappy with us now momentarily. Okay, what we can now do is throw the likes of all this shit in yonder. And what we're going to do is click tools. Whack that in there. We're actually going to hang on to that gun because we're going to leave that gun up in the other place when we get up there. We're going to have a bit of a trek ahead of us here now. Today, unfortunately. Now we'll dump off these 3 liters. I actually think I saw a pry bar up there, but I actually did. No, I'm certain of it, but I'm going to hang on to that one anyway in the meantime, just in the interest of not getting fucked here now momentarily. There was a sewing kit up in the other place too. And this is actually now full. Okay, that's fine. But what we can now do is take all the food that's contained in here and transfer that into the other locker. Okay. So let's do this really promptly. Which frees up another 9 kilos, which we're now going to transfer into here. So if I click food again, and let's just do this, and we have to try and be a little bit more intelligent about it now this time. So all this food is going to get left here, pretty much, with the whole idea being now is that when we're trying to work our way from one area to the next, we're always going to have a load of non-perishable goods that we're going to be able to leave here. And if what happened to us last night happens again, the logic would be that we now have a kind of supply of shit that's ready to... we're going to actually take all of this out as well. And now we're going to go back to tools and actually try and arrange this a bit better so that these can all go in here. And then I think pretty much everything else we're actually going to be carrying. Yeah, that's not good. Let me think. And we are actually going to want that too, and that. Yeah, I kind of will want to read that at some stage in the near future. We will be able to drop this, but it's only half a kilo. But we're at 50 kilos here now. We have way too much. I'd rather do this in one go as well, to be perfectly honest. How are we with moving? No, not a fucking chance of that happening. Okay, let me think. I don't want to leave a rifle here. I want to get a rifle up to the other place. I guess we're gonna have to do it in 2 goes. That's what it fundamentally comes down to. We've left a loaded rifle here, so we can leave this here for the time being. We'll take the ammo out as well. This I can harvest. No. Fuck, I have to get out of this to be able to actually do that. Right, that's fine. So this will actually harvest. So we can get our arrowhead out of it, which will reduce its weight by X amount now as well, hopefully. By 0.01. Okay, that wasn't really worth, was it? You know, bedroll I could leave here because there is actually a bedroll up in the other place. So this bedroll is in fact going to get dropped here. That's going to save another kilo. Oh, shit. I'm pretty certain I saw a pry bar up in the other place. But if there isn't and then I get there, that's going to suck. And I actually want all of this coming with me here now too, don't I? But we're moving now. That's... Let's eat a bit of meat, drink a bit of water, see where that gets us. Why do I have a tinder plug? Oh, we don't need you. Drink this. Oh yeah, because I harvested the, whatchamacallit, the log last night. That would have given us a tinder plug. Okay. Looking better now. We're only down by 5 kilos, but... we can leave the rifle that we have on us now up there, I guess. That's what's going to end up happening. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, okay, right. So now we're going to see how we get on in terms of movement here now in a second. I'm going to drop this log that we have here now next to the fire as well. Just so that way we have our firewood supply ready to rock. Fantastic. Which also saves us half a kilo. Now, let's see how we manage here. There's a deer here, so I reckon this is safe to head out this way. Whereas it is likely that the other direction is still probably quite dangerous. So we'll just keep that in mind. Also, we have a coffee if we need it in order to stim our guy a little bit if he gets way too exhausted, way too fast. But I think we should be okay. I can see this going okay. Some of you may think that this is unnecessary, but I would like to have all of my resources in one kind of area. And there's a workbench up in this other place. I know there's one right there, but I'm going to make this next place our kind of base of operations, because it pretty much has everything that we're going to need to survive. I guess, realistically speaking, the Forlorn Muskeg seems to be the best one, because it has the most, in the most efficient, in the most efficient and easy to use, like ergodynamic fucking positioning of resources in terms of a bench, the furnace, a bed, and it's all in the one spot, and it's well lit, and it's just, you can get a fire in there as well. I think that was meant to be the only catch-22, was that there was no oven, and that technically it's outdoors, but it's not. Like, you're indoors, and animals treat it as such, so you can't actually get attacked in it, but yet you can attack from it, so lag. Do you want to unfuck yourself? There we go. So that actually, in my opinion, seems to be the best place to actually set yourself up in the long run. But where's the fun in that? I want to see more of the map. So this is kind of going to be our next kind of centralized area to kind of work out of, so to speak. Keeping an eye out here now, so that way we can spot any undesirables. Doesn't seem to be any, which I am down with, down like a clown. Oh, it's a deer. Okay, never mind. It is a deer. Yeah. Well, that's actually a good thing, because that means there's no wolves, which is also fantastic. How's the temperature? Temperature is actually coming up. We are steadily making our way across here now. So definitely want to start looking at making sure we have a supply of wood at all of our locations as well. We're always going to want a readily available source of firewood. Not necessarily just the shit that we pick up on the way. And bear in mind, we are going to be leaving this rifle up here now shortly, which may be risky, so it means that we'll be using flares and arrows in order to make our way back to the other shop to pick up that rifle, because we have 2 rifles back there, which is fucking insane, having so many fucking guns. I think you can actually harvest it for, like, scrap metal and a lump of wood. I may be mistaken about that, but I think you can. But why would you? Yeah, it's just... That's silly. Very silly. Bear in mind that when you get attacked by bears and shit like that, like, it can take your rifle or accidentally despawn it. Just because game. Like, why not? So, having spares is a good thing. Yeah. Just because of the low visibility here, just trying to... I can hear a wolf, but I don't see one. But our proximity to that deer makes me feel like we're okay. There are rabbits up there on that. So I think we're okay in that regard. I think we want to aim here now. Yeah, there's those pylons. Or pylon, whatever you want to call them. Fuck me, I don't even know what they'd be called. Not a pylon. Also bear in mind that there does be a bear in this area as well. I can't actually see a pack where there tends to be one there, so I think we're alright. Now, again, bear in mind... Oh, it's a deer. Okay, shit, we're going to aim towards the deer because I think that means we're actually okay. 0 degrees now, so the temperature has actually come up enough that it's not negatively being... Whatever. Patch your game. And we're not negatively being affected. Well, we are being negatively affected, but not enough to warrant concern. There are so many fucking deer. Wow, man, that's awesome. I guess we don't need to worry about wolves for the time being. When we get into this into the town, though, that's when wolves are definitely going to become a concern again. Because they do tend to congregate in that area. I think it's just literally there. And we're sorted. Doesn't seem to be any weak ice on this, like, spot. Which is kind of savage. Considering how many were in the Forlorn Muskeg. Now, temperatures have just dropped to -7 all of a sudden. The wind has picked up. You probably heard it change there a second ago, so... Gotta be conscious of all these things while you're walking around. Regularly hitting tab just to bring up... Regularly hitting tab to bring up that little menu there. And that just shows all your resources and where they're at. It's a fairly decent idea. It just gives you a bit of a control over what's going on. Does that work? No. Rip. That sounded like a building. Creaking in the wind there. Or so than nothing. I'm hoping they're just ambient game noises. I think we're aiming for just here now. It's a bit hard to distinguish what else might be going on around me with all these fucking deer running around. I'm gonna check this hook because I don't know if I have. Maybe the door is open. I most definitely have. Let's catch our breath here for a second and try and work out where we're going. I'm pretty certain that's where we're aiming for. Yeah, okay, right. So we're gonna aim for that now. And just start trudging that direction. Yeah, I can see the burnt out building. Now bear in mind there does tend to be wolves here too, so... But I'm going to keep the gun out just in case there's a bear. We pretty much only want to use the rifle on a bear now, unless it's like utterly fucked otherwise. The situation, that is, not the bear. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, no, I think we're okay most of the way in here now. Just trying to keep a fucking watchful eye here now, just because you do get a couple of them just here. Bear in mind, we have killed a fair few of them recently enough now as well in these areas, so they may not have respawned yet, but that pack has seemingly migrated elsewhere. Probably in no small thanks to the blizzard that we went through there yesterday. Yeah, but definitely going to start looking at gathering a load of wood. So, sticks and branches. And literally just stockpiling hundreds of them in a big fucking pile next to your base. And I'll just grab them as I go. And whenever I get back to the base, I'll just drop them off. So that way we're always going to have a pile of firewood. We don't need to worry about going out with the axe to chop up a tree or fucking anything of that nature. Try and get the high ground here now. This is quite dangerous because, like, the only time we'll get to shoot at a wolf if there's one right here is when it gets onto the crest of the hill, so it would literally only give you the couple of seconds to orientate yourself. We're going to get the high ground to scout out what's going on in this town. And you know what? I think we've got a straight shot. Pretty much. So we're just going to huff it and hope nobody pops out of the woodwork here now in a second. Coastal town site. It'd be really eerie when you think about it. That a wolf. Fuck it. Sidestep. I don't think he actually aggroed. Fuck it. Ah, well, bollocks. That's what we didn't want to happen. We took a lot of damage there. But we've managed to shank that fucker. I think I actually see another one there in the distance, do I? No. We managed to shank him. So he's gone off running. But I think because of the way the weather is now at the moment, we're not going to be able to really track him because of the snow is just going to... Oh, wait, here we go. Or is this me bleeding? Oh, shit, yeah, no, that's me bleeding. Okay, let's very, very quickly... He's back. Very, very quickly get this bandage on, which should cover the infection risk as well. We're going to get inside here now. Oh, man. Well, we didn't want that to happen, but we knew it was a possibility, unfortunately. But what can you do? What can you do? I have no food on me. It's all clothing. Now I remember. Okay, so this was the clothing run. So what we're going to do now is just chuck all of this shit in here. And now we have a fair idea about how much cloth and leather we have to kind of fuck around with. How is my gear looking? Oh, the mitts took a bit of a hit there, I think. They definitely took a bit of a hit. You can see there has been a bit of... It's fairly decayed from what it was. Also, my hat seems to have taken a knock as well. Okay. We've got essentially 30 kilos of clothing. Now, bear in mind also that we've now lost that in terms of weight, which is spectacular. Pop our head in this drawer. You'll see we already have a bit of cloth here, which is neat. We'll throw that in there now as well. And the scrap metal that we came across. Transfer all of that over. Now, we've got supplies, basically, to start working on new shit. Now, I'm pretty certain I did see a pry bar somewhere in here on my travels. While I was just kind of poking my head around. But I can't be certain of it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's that uncertainty, of course, which led me to hanging on to the one that we have. I'm sure I did. Typically, they'd be in the toilet, don't they? Oh, we haven't even looked in these lockers. Like, I thought I did, but I'm quite happy we held on to it now, actually. How are we looking in terms of weight now? We're down to 29 kilos, which is pretty good. I need to get rid of that whetstone off me now as well. So, right, so what we're going to do here now is we're going to drop this bit of gut here. I'm going to drop this rabbit hide here for a later repair. That's what we're going to do later on. And we need to start looking at getting a couple of more bandages on the go now as well, because we've used a couple on the past couple of days. I suppose that's the trade-off with fighting a wolf. Oh, we do have a bit of wood here, don't we? Jeez. I'm going to drop this pry bar here. We're going to remember that I dropped that pry bar there, more importantly. Is there anything else there I need to get rid of 2 arrowheads, but we'll hang on to them, sure. Oh wait, oh no, they're only 0.7, not... It was 0.15 for the broken arrow, but they're only 0.7, probably 0.075 each. Now that I think about it, that does make more sense. Okay, and now what I can do as well, this is the tool locker, yes, and we can fuck this rifle in here now as well. And we can go back and grab the other one. And we can pretty much just leave all this shit here. If there's nothing really that needs to be grabbed there. Now, what are we lacking in this area? I was about to say it looks like accelerant, but no, we're not light on that shit either. Suppose lantern fuel, but the 2 of them are actually full, I think, or more, or pretty close to it. Okay. Let's go out and see if we can't find this wolf and harvest him for all he's worth. And then bear in mind, there are 2 houses here still that we haven't actually explored. Hopefully there's a blood trail that we can follow, but I don't believe... Oh, well, the weather has improved slightly. Don't think there will be. Oh, well, hey. It looks like the weather may have just... Something's moving. In that direction. What? Fuck! Ah, it's the same one, man. It's the same fucking one. Oh, you dickhead. I could hear him, and I was like, what the fuck am I hearing? And it sounded like it was from that direction, so that's why I started backing up. It's the same one, by the way, 100%. Okay, we've got a bandage again. We don't want to risk getting an infection. Fucking our guy up. 100% that that's the same guy. I'm down to 47%, man, actually. We need to be careful. Very careful. I'm surprised he's still running. That may not be the same one. That may be another one. Let's not be hasty here now. Let's try and fucking get an eye on where he went. Last thing we need now is to run into another one and fucking die. End the fucking series like that. It's fucking stupid. There he is. That might not be the same one. I'm gonna put an arrow into it now. I assumed it was because it was walking, but that actually looks like it just spawned, to be honest. Which, 100%, actually I think that just kind of spawned. Oh, I'm vexed by that one. We heard it for a while though, so maybe the one that we shanked just didn't bleed out. He's about to, by the way. That's why he's walking now. He's only plodding there because he's suffering from extreme blood loss. I might actually just put an arrow in him and just be done with it, rather than wait for him to bleed out. Obviously, waiting for him to bleed out would be the more efficient use of our time, but yeah, fuck it. Whatever. Let's get our feeding out of him. Yeah, we've another broken arrow to worry about. That's gonna take 5 minutes. Okay. Right, well, what can you do? It's a bit more meat, I guess. Let's just take the lot of it, sure, why not? We'll spend the hour doing it. The weather isn't that bad. And we still got a lot of daylight left. Yeah. Neat. And we'll just make our way back over. So this is our last arrow now, so we do need to start looking at replacing some of these promptly. We'll go over and chuck all of this on the pile. Oh, you bastard. I can't believe that now. I knew I could hear something, but I just didn't think he'd be there. And then when I saw him walking and not running at us, I just assumed that it was the same wolf and that it was like near death, like what was happening with that one there. So unless they have like a recovery mechanism that allows them to heal back up over a bit of time if they're not interacting with, which I don't think that they do. I don't know what happened there, to be honest with you. Strange. We want to actually look into get a bit of water on site here now as well, because I don't think we actually... Oh, we do. We have some inside, don't we? I just want to see what the crack is with the quality of this shit. This is down to 80%. The fish is 83. It's all the same wolf, is it not? Yeah, 80%. That's all good. I guess we'll go get a bit of firewood. And look at starting a fire now shortly. And now we know that there's no wolf in this area immediately. Like, we have a bit of breathing space. Little bastard. Fuck him anyway. How's our clothing looking, actually? That's what I wanted to check. Oh, right. What do we need to repair that? The cured leather. Yeah, you see, we're going to want to repair that shit. Big style. Need to repair. We actually need to do a fair bit of repair. We've been very... Oh, no! Oh, well. Of course. Oh, hey. We haven't looked in this car. In the trunk. But we're not gonna. Not while you're here, buddy. It looks like I've actually looked in that car, but I haven't popped the trunk, which, considering I've had a pry bar with me the whole time, I'm intrigued as to why. We do have wood in here, and we can get wood from over here, but we kind of need to be aware of this guy now while we're out and about on the prowl. Bastard. I was actually backing up towards him and everything there, like, fuck me. Can I please step over that? Oh, that's not cool. Grab whatever sticks we can here. Why the sticks? Because the sticks are fucking free. And they cost me nothing other than a second to grab it. And they add up very, very quickly. Keeping an eye on him. I can sprint, can't I? Remember, our condition is quite low. A bear attack is death, so... Normally, you sometimes survive, I think. You just take a ton of damage. So, like, obviously it's very negative. A lot of your shit will get wrecked, but... We won't be surviving a bear attack if it happens. I've lost sight of him. There he is there. Okay. So, like, I just wanted to make sure I knew where he was there once I'd lost sight of him, so that way we can plan around him then and actually get some stuff done. He's kind of tracking towards us there still. Just trying to be as quick as I can here. Grab as many of these as I can. That looks like... No. Oh, feels bad, man. Okay. Looked like we could actually get in there for a second. He's definitely making his way this direction. Alright, so we need to remember there's a locked car just there. We were fairly fucking close to him as well. Jeez. Okay. Let me think. Plan. We still have food and water for like another day or so, which is enough time for him to hopefully fuck right off. And let's try and work out what the crack is in terms of wood. Wood, we have 15 sticks. That equates to about an hour and a half, maybe just over that in burn time. I want to leave through the back door actually and just... We know the bear paths down into the town now as well. We've learned that now as a result of this. I think attempting to do that with him out here is just silly. So I think we need to spend the day, or spend the next while anyway. Is that actually a can of peaches just under there at the bed? Or is it, does that count as it eaten peaches? Like, the other way, sometimes they're like empty cans. It's an empty can. I think attempting to do anything while he's out there is just fucking moronic. I think everyone would agree with me. There was a fucking pry bar here, I knew it. Well, now we have two. Attempting to do anything outside while he's fucking kicking around is fucking very stupid. There's 2 workbenches here? Jesus Christ. So we can stay in here and search through all of the shit in here. Or I can start consuming the stuff that we actually have touched. So, like, clothing and stuff like that. And actually try and get a bit of repair work done. And you know what? I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, one of the first things I want to do, look at making, of course. We're going to need arrow shafts. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to look into getting some of that gear. One of the first things I want to look into doing here now is making bandages, which we'll need cloth for. We're going to want to repair this. Possibly even consider repairing our... Oh, you can make a bearskin coat. It's good enough for the bear. It's good enough for you. Heavy bulky warm. One of the toughest things around. You may not run from much. But you may not need to either. Oh, so that would intimidate people. Oh, so actually making a bear cloak is huge. And then the smell of that. Oh, I wonder if you could use that tactically to scare animals away. They could expand on the crafting menu. Emergency stem. Oh, so you can just access that. Like from here. That's kind of neat. Okay, so one cloth gives me a bandage. So what we're going to do... So we want to get some old man's beard as well. Although I think I actually have bandages to beat the band. Lying around. That's not our first aid supplies. Our first aid supplies are in here. And I do already have bandages. So we're going to put 2 of them there. And then we'll worry about getting some old man's beard on our travels. Just to kind of get those ready to rock. And then what we're going to do is just very, very quickly... Oh, these are deer hide. Oh, shit. So we're going to want to get a deer hide, too. Oh, and didn't I actually harvest, like, wolf stuff here, like, a second ago? I did. So let's get that on the cure fairly fast. And let's get these on the cure. I have 2 old man's beard, but it's not enough. Transfer 2 of these over. And we'll hang on to all of that. Okay, that's squishy. We'll go back in here. We're going to look at repairing again some of this clothing. So... The toque, that's definitely looking for a repair. Okay, so that's back up to full. That's kishti. Anything 80 plus, we're just going to leave. Cloth and cured leather. So what we're going to do is get one of these sets of shoes out, I reckon. Or actually even the gloves would give us a cured leather, wouldn't they? And they're pretty much useless otherwise. So 10 minutes, that'll get us our cured leather, which will allow us to repair whatever it was that I was looking at there, to the moccasins. Okay, cloth cured leather, 34%. It's going to take an hour and a half to do this repair. Oh, and it failed. Insufficient materials. So what got lost? The cured leather? Oh, no. That's... Oh, that's harsh. Very harsh mechanic. That's very unfortunate. Hadn't factored that in. Right, well, let's have another lash. I can't believe that consumed the cured leather. That's excruciating. Does harvesting things give you repair skill, I wonder? No, it does not. Let's try again. Well, the salmon kit, I guess that takes longer if you do it with the fish and tackle. Don't fail. Golden. We have our mucklucks. I keep calling them moccasins. Have our mucklucks back up to where we want them. Fucking why not? It'll give us a bit of repair skill as well, sure won't it? Get the socks back up to 100. We go back and we'll have a look at everything. Overall, everything is actually starting looking a lot better, but we do need a deer skin. Not for 19%. We do need a deer skin. That's on the threshold of wanting to be repaired. And we do need our rabbit. So let's grab the cured gut, which I believe we are actually going to need, and our rabbit pelt. And then we'll have a look at this. And hopefully this actually works now. And we don't get fucked and it consumes it on us. 70% chance, like that's tight. Oh no, it did. Oh, okay, right. It's just that it's saying it now because I can do it again. That was looking a bit kind of, oh, for a second. I was actually kind of feeling a bit kind of, irritated. But that's back up to 96, so I'm happy enough with that. Okay, we've actually done quite well there in terms of our repairs. So let's hang on to the arrowheads, because you never know where we're going to get a chance to actually repair those. And grab our supplies. Fuck all of that in there. Right. There's an hour of daylight left. The bear kind of fucked us over there a bit. I wanted to get a bit more done. But we've achieved things that we needed to do anyway. So it's not a total loss. It's not a total success either. Okay. Let's pop our head outside and see what the crack is on the bear situation. We've spent a lot of time doing repairs and stuff like that, so we might have actually fucked off. And if I can cook a bit of this meat for tomorrow, that would be pleasant. Well, I don't see him. Guess that's the problem, is I don't see him. He's not where he was. We can hide in the car if we need to. That wind is fucking loud, dude. Right. I don't think he's here. So I think we're okay to harvest a couple. Ah, it's getting quite dark. Do you know what? Fuck it. We'll cook the food in the morning. I have sticks there, but let's deal with it tomorrow. I hear something. I heard footsteps there right at the last second. Something was running up on us, so I just decided to be discreet about it and just get the fuck out of Dodge. Okay. Right, we're just gonna sleep it off. I reckon we'll probably wrap this episode up here. We'll go for 8 hours. And we'll see what the situation is now. And along with tomorrow. And what we're actually gonna come at in the next episode. I'm not really certain of what my plan is. We're back to 100%. Not really certain what my plan is here now at the moment about how to proceed. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a cup of tea and have a think and kind of get a couple of things straight in my head about what we want to prioritize in regards to our plan for the rest of the day. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this one up here, guys. This has been Gibboeire, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like down below and possibly consider subscribing to the channel. If you have any other comments, questions, concerns about anything that happened in this video, leave it down below in the comment section. We'll get back to you as soon as I can. Take your handy. Bye-bye!